Our guests tonight represent BYU's national champion cheer and stunt squad. Ammon Montenegro, majoring in journalism and sports media from Las Vegas.
Ammon on the end right there.
Right there, okay. And
Ammon, you went on the cruise, right?
I was on the cruise.
Yeah, I saw Ammon on the cruise. So Ammon's fresh off of a cruise.
Andrew Pickett in exercise science from Idaho Falls.
And were you on the cruise?
I was not.
No, Ammon didn't go on the cruise.
You know what? You're still cool in my eyes.
Yeah, no, he's still cool. They're all cool.
Thank you.
Kylie Wood in communications and public relations at Draper, Utah. And Kylie Doxey, elementary ed from Lehigh, Utah. Welcome to the Wise Guys.
Thank you very much.
This is it. This is a big show for us. Just to have you here.
I like the decorations. You got the cheerleader, the megaphone, the other one up there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh yeah, yeah. Look, like, do you like our like retro BYU?
It's my favorite one.
Isn't that?
You got the sticker on there right there.
And you don't know exactly.
And
how
you guys didn't bring the trophy.
Guys, I'm really sorry. So I was in St. George this last weekend, and we brought it there, and it hasn't quite made its way back
Someone left
yet.
it in St. George?
So-
No.
So wait,
Because it's been left on the beach.
It's coming back.
Kylie, you need to because I heard a story on the cruise about the trophy the night of the championship.
Oh.
That it got left on the beach. Is that true?
Or was it me?
No, I just know that grabbed it off
You've
the
got an
beach.
immediate denial. So I
So
believe
you,
that.
wait, but it did get left there.
Well, everyone took their photos and then left, and it was just sitting there. I said, "Oh, I should probably grab that. You might want to take that home." Everyone just got so excited.
It seems like there's been a little bit of a problem hanging on to the hardware. Dave.
Somebody.
It's a new thing.
I
It's
was
a
going
new
to say,
thing
we're
for
not
us.
used to this.
But
It's exciting.
it's something we're getting used to for sure.
Somebody had one job. They had one job to keep tabs of the
Well,
trophy.
Kylie took care of it, but it got left behind, and she ran back and got it and said, shouldn't somebody bring this back in with us? But it got left in St. George.
No, it didn't get left in St.
It's
George.
supposed to get
coming
shipped
back.
Okay.
So
you
national-
have to send us a picture. We'll post it. We'll put it up on the air next week and show.
Okay,
appreciate
that would
that.
be
But in the
awesome.
meantime, this is going to have to serve for
Hey,
it.
we'll
Yeah.
grab it really quick.
So grab it and put it down with you guys. So
That's the Wise Guys Cup.
It's good because the trophy's about.
It's huge.
Yeah, we
It
saw
is
it. We
Yeah.
weren't sure how we were
So
gonna
let-
get in
we're going to say that we're going to pretend like this is
It'll look
it.
the same.
here. So you're at Daytona Beach. You win the game day division, beat last year's champ Michigan,
Yes, sir.
which makes you number one.
Yes, sir.
What does the game day division involve?
It's a lot of like flags and props. We had like scrolls. We had a huge flag that was almost the entire size of the mat this year.
Okay.
It was brand new. It had never been done before. It was so fun. Like we pulled it out and there was like an audible like gasp from the audience. People were so excited and surprised. Like, but yeah, it's not the same as like the traditional routine we normally do. It's more captures the game day feeling and the atmosphere we have at BYU.
So more of what you would do in the stadium on a game day.
Yes.
It's like almost like putting a show on at a timeout kind of a thing, right?
Yeah.
Quite literally, we just want to like bring the vibe and the energy and the experience that everyone gets from LaVell Edwards and put it all into 9 mats. And so if you were to watch it, there's like flags going everywhere, megaphones, like just the props, like putting them down is like in a very specific spot because we have such a limited spot to fit all the energy into. But luckily they were able to feel that energy when we were in Daytona.
Yeah.
And you guys know as well as anyone, BYU has been said by lots of analysts and broadcasters that there are very few college atmospheres like LaVell Edwards Stadium.
Right.
And so, I mean, there's no reason why we didn't win, you know?
Yeah.
That's why we won, just because
It's
that's
very
what we do.
fitting.
And you guys are a big part of that on game day. So to go and win a national championship doing what you do at games, not just in LaVell Edwards, but in the Marriott Center and in events all over campus. What was that like to go represent BYU on a national stage in this championship?
You know, I think when people think about BYU, they have a lot of misconceptions. Obviously, with having to do with the church and stuff, they think we're weird. And there's like stuff on social media about these random BYU campus questions that make people from other universities like think that we're just some odd group of super religious people. But it's really cool that one, we get to interact with other universities around the country.
Yeah.
And we're showing them that we are like very normal, but we're also like a really good group of people. Everyone sees like the dynamic of our team and they can't explain it, but they feel like there's some sort of light that they are seeing when like BYU's around. And it's just like naturally.
It's what everyone says when they come to games here.
Yeah.
Whether they win or lose, and usually they lose. But when they leave, they go, it felt different. It felt different here. So you're able to take that on a neutral stage, and make it happen. How does it feel to be number one?
Oh, it feels so good.
Yeah.
We're so happy about it. But just going off of what Ammon was just saying, it reminded me of something that me and Kylie were talking about just in the car. So she'll have to tell you more about it because it was actually originally her thought.
Yeah.
But she kind of just mentioned how like being able to represent BYU this way feels so much more special because we are like self-funded pretty much. So do you want to tell them a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's it's so rewarding to go to Daytona. You know, it's for us. We support every team at BYU, but we have to be our own cheerleaders, and it's so much more rewarding because like we have to, like our coach does all the funding for our trip. Like BYU doesn't fund that for us, so it's just like so rewarding to go and win and make a difference and show BYU like what we have to offer.
Because there was just like so much extra that went into it for us to even be able to be there in the first place that it just feels so good to know that we were really able to go and do our best and like really represent BYU the way that we always want to.
If you're listening out there and there's some sponsor that needs to come in and help these guys go defend their national championship next year, then let's go. And let's go. Right?
Because we're not NCAA, and so we aren't like funded by the school athletic department like NCAA sports are. So our coach, she's like so incredible.
Jocelyn Allen, she's on the stream tonight.
Shout out Jocelyn Allen. She is one of the most incredible.
She put in a comment that rah 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 rah.
That's Jocelyn.
She's on. That's great.
She does a lot to get people to see the value in the cheer team and to invest in it. And what you guys and what everyone's seeing right now in the quality and in the winning at competitions comes in a large part of people investing so that we can focus on cheer and we have time to like do school, do cheer, and not worry so much about tuition because we have like partial scholarships now.
I was going to ask about that. So you do have some scholarships because of donors, right?
Yes.
Not funded directly through athletics,
So
right? Although you were in the athletic department.
Yes.
And Andrew, you got to get closer to the mic. Get closer to the mic because you guys, people see you visibly in football and basketball. They notice that, right?
Yeah.
You guys cover other sports, but it's not just sports. You guys go. Like, who was just down in St. George? You were in St. George, Kylie, this week at the Fan Fest. Yeah. And you guys are all over the place representing BYU. Like, Andrew, what other types of things are you guys involved in other than just football and basketball?
So it's kind of cool. We're able to help out with a lot of stuff throughout the – oops, sorry. I need to get a little bit closer.
Yeah, Andrew's the tall guy, right? He's not tall when he's standing on the basketball court next to – Yegor and those guys, but he's tall with this group.
Yeah, we're little.
So it's a really cool opportunity to be able to represent the school in a lot of different ways. Like, I remember when I first tried out, like, just kind of going through the timeline, first thing we do in the summer is there's a bunch of Cosmos in the park, which is kind of like a smaller version of the Fan Fest, like a bunch of different parks all throughout Provo, which is kind of, if you guys have been to them, like, it's a ton of fun to be able to be at them. Another small thing that we get to do is we also provide a lot of service in the community. So, like, a lot of times when BYU wants to represent something or, like, show representation somewhere, we're able to go and participate. Like, I remember, like, we've gone and there was a kid who sadly had cancer, he developed cancer, and actually a few of us in Cosmo were able to meet him at the airport. We were able to like represent BYU there, share our love, share our appreciation, our support. We're able, like, we went caroling this year, like just like knocking on doors and spreading Christmas cheer to families who might need some. We were able to, like, I'm trying to think of all the different things now. You have one from last week?
Yes, so actually this is perfect. Just last week, I had the privilege to go with a couple other cheerleaders to Primary Children's in Salt Lake City, and I don't think I'm allowed to say her name, but we got to visit a girl that was on her 15th back surgery.
Oh, man.
And it was just so cool to be able to be there, and she like seriously was just like so bright, so much light. And so we get to do those things all the time, and those like are the those kind of opportunities we have to like meet people and just be able to be part of the community around us. Like, those are almost even more meaningful than being at the events and being even at our own competitions. And so
it changes lives.
Yeah.
It does. It changes lives. It brightens days. Yeah. Isn't that kind of what's the fun part about it?
Yeah.
You show up, and if Cosmo's there or if he's not, everyone's like, hey, there's something cool's about to happen. Right?
Everyone loves seeing stunts, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's true. We are thrilled to have the national champion BYU cheer squad on the Wise Guys, presented by Brady Plus and distributed by the Deseret News. So no matter what sport you go and cheer for, we're in a strange, fun, awesome place here in 2025. All of them just about are doing phenomenal.
Yeah, it's
so,
amazing.
That makes it a little different, right? It's like, oh no, I got this. It's this, and this. And the arenas are full. The fans are into it. And the energy is all over the place.
And luckily we caught that wave too to become national champions. It's amazing what's happening.
True.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Dave and I were checking this school year, by our count, there's only how many national championships on campus?
Let's see,
There's cross country, men's and women's, so two right there.
Landscaping.
Folks,
yeah,
that's true.
They came 2 weeks ago, and this group right here.
Yay!
That's the final four right there.
That's it. It's pretty awesome. So
If you're saying that our teams have been doing super well, and it really helps the environment. Obviously, BYU fans, they're really good at cheering at all the different events.
Yeah.
And winning definitely has a factor in it. But I know of schools that even when they're winning, their fans are kind of dead. And so it makes our job a lot easier when, like, our job is to get the rock started with cheers, and they get the rest of the arena or the stadium involved with them as well. But yeah, this year's been like none other. This is my 3rd year, and so it's been the coolest thing ever. And I'm really looking forward to the next year's.
Yeah, there's a few things going on for
So you've been three.
We've all been three.
You've all been three.
We tried out the same year.
We all started
And 2 of you are captains.
Yep.
There we go. Yeah. 2 captains in the house.
When you let's see, the arenas are full at Southfield Field House for men's volleyball, women's volleyball, Marriott Center, and LaVell Edwards Stadium. So when you are assigned one, which do you enjoy being at the most?
Wow, I played football, so I love the football games just because I'm so invested, not just in the cheering atmosphere, but I'm invested in the game itself, especially because I know what's going on, I see what's happening, I see plays develop. So I personally just love that one, but it's crazy that there's 65,000 people in that one place. Yeah. And like I get to be right there on the sideline. It's like living the dream.
So that's a vote for football.
There's football.
Kylie?
I'll also have to vote for football.
Yeah, there you go.
It's so fun. There's nothing like it, being in the stadium, and you're just so small, but also it's electric. You're clapping, and every single person's clapping with you. Like, it's so awesome.
Okay, I'm actually super torn because I like watching basketball more, but you cannot compete with just the atmosphere when you're in LaVell Edwards Stadium. So,
although you guys get it rocking pretty good in the Marriott
Center. That's true. We call games in both. We call basketball games and football games.
Yeah.
And there's times when even with a headset on, we can't hear each other in both of those places.
That's good.
Wow.
All right, Andrew.
That's awesome.
My gosh.
Honestly, if I had to, it kind of depends because individual games can be way more fun than other games. So, during football season, like I had the opportunity to go to the Utah game. Such an amazing game to be at. Like Kansas this year, an amazing game to be at. All that stuff. And so overall, I would pick football. But my favorite game to be at this year, I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to go to the first and second round of NCAA March Madness.
Nice.
And
so fun.
Almost impossible to beat that environment and just that feeling of making it past both those rounds.
Yeah, wow.
So my favorite games this year was basketball, but overall it was football. So I don't know how you count that.
How was it when Will Farron's kick split the uprights in the Utah game? What was that? What was that moment like for you guys?
That was amazing.
So we.
Oh, it sounds like we got a story.
I know what you're saying. So, I mean, we were not winning at the point until he kicked it and it went in.
Yeah.
So we, as a cheer squad, our coach said, okay, we need to get ready to leave as soon as this game's over so we can get to our vans and head out before anything crazy happens with, respectfully, the crazy Utah fans, right?
Yeah.
And then
I'm glad you said respectfully.
There's a lot of
because I always say to Dave, hey, no offense, but, and I say, it's like, you can't just say anything you want and say no offense.
That's right. Well, you say respectively, you can say whatever
You never know until you try.
With respect, these people are idiots. You can say that. No,
They're our brothers.
he said crazy fans, which is that's okay.
You know, we love
Like
them.
all the opposing fans are mean to us, not just the Utah fans. Like some of the stuff that's shouted at us, you wouldn't believe. It's very mean.
Yeah, I would believe it.
You
Actually,
believe it.
But as soon as that kick went through, it was unbelievable. It was so cool. Just see all the Utah fans just go quiet and all the BYU fans erupt in cheers. And then the parade and the rain of water bottles getting thrown on the field started. And from a certain video, you see me celebrating, and then you see a water bottle go and hit our wonderful coach.
Right. That's right.
And I thought she fainted.
They
I
eventually
thought she
caught the
fainted.
kid.
I said, "Oh wow, yeah, we won," and it was a great win. She fainted from joy, and then I realized someone said no, she got hit in the head. So sad.
When so now be honest. All right, this is an honest show.
Let's hear it.
So-
That's what we do on this show. We be honest.
So after the
We're
kick, all right, after the kick, when typically you're cheering to the BYU fans, right?
Yeah.
How many of you were actually cheering to the Utah fans?
Oh, they're right
after
in
the
front of
kick.
us. Yeah, they're right in front of us, and you can't just help but
Yeah.
Make a little
shout
eye
for
contact.
joy and
Yeah.
point at them a little bit.
That's awesome.
Like you guys tried their best.
And when stuff's right on the field, you're like, yeah, bring it, bring it.
Yeah,
I remember one of my favorite things. I was talking with a bunch of people before the game. I love meeting people,
Yeah.
and there were a few of like the Utah police officers, and they were like, I was talking to them, and a few of them, I'm not going to say names, they lifted up their pant leg and they were wearing BYU socks underneath. I won't say names right there, but I looked at them and I was like, we got it right there.
We have to respect that. So this is a narc-free zone. Like we don't tell on people that support the Cougs in Utah uniforms. Yeah.
Even when Kalani was up there, he never denied that he loved BYU, even while he was coaching there.
I don't think he wore BYU socks with his Utah coaching uniform.
Someone else. Who decides what events that you get to go to, and how big is the cheer and stunt team? And then who decides? Okay, you're over here. You're over here. You're going to football. You got basketball. You got soccer the night before. How's that go down?
Actually, go ahead.
Captain,
Okay, I'll take that.
Take that one.
go for it.
Sorry, I don't want to plug
Kick
you.
me out, you're good.
Okay, we actually have a really big team this year. I think it's the biggest we've ever had. We have a team of 46 people.
46.
So that's our co-ed and our all-girl team. So we have about
10 guys.
10 boys.
10 guys, 10.
10 boys, and then the rest girls. And so that's how many people we have on our team, which we need because we actually compete in 2 different divisions and each need around 20 people. So we need a pretty big team as well as extra people in case of injuries and just like alternates just in case. So that's the size of our team. And then we do most of our travel just by seniority. And so whoever's been on the team the longest has the most experience, and just it tends to make it most fair, and people are
And after 3 years, you can stay calm at Utah.
Yeah, true.
That's fair.
Or at Wyoming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
This is going to be a good year of travel then for the 4 of you, right?
So and you mentioned the 2 divisions. So you won the national championship in the game day division.
Yes.
And you're all participated in that, right? Were you all part of that team?
Actually, just me and
you two.
me and Kylie
You
Wood.
guys were in
Hey,
the
we're
co-ed
all getting in
division.
a ring though.
Yeah, because, it's all one team.
But thank you.
Yeah, like Will Farron won the Utah game, but
Right.
everybody got the win. Even though Will
Exactly.
single-handedly won that game. So you all get a ring. You're all part of that. So the co-ed division, you also placed in the top 5. You took 4
Yes.
in the co-ed division as well, which is pretty amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
There's over 12 teams.
Yeah. So who are the teams you're competing against in these things this year? Like, who are some of the teams? People
So
know?
the Texas Tech took first, and these are schools that are known to have amazing
Big time programs, yeah.
Texas Tech, NC State, Louisville. Who else?
I swear, Texas Tech and Louisville are part of that weird show my wife and daughter made me watch about
Yeah,
cheerleading.
it is. It really is.
What was that show I watched with them?
It's literally just called Cheer.
Yeah. Man, that was
to watch
intense.
that.
Yeah,
was
that
intense,
one's a little
Yeah.
crazy.
So Texas Tech, Louisville, like these are the kinds of folks. And in the game day
Yes.
division, same teams in the game day division. So
We have a few different ones. So the main competition we had was the University of Michigan.
oh yeah, there you go, Michigan, big time.
Yeah. And we also had the Air Force in our division as well.
Okay.
And then there was one other. I can't remember the last one. Do you remember, Kylie?
No.
Yeah.
Another big time.
Yeah, another big school.
Michigan, they're like 10-time back-to-back champs.
Yeah.
Michigan's 10-time
It's
back
always
to.
good to beat Michigan.
Well, think about it.
Exactly.
They play in the big house, 110,000 fans.
Blaine
I'm
beat
telling you,
Michigan for the national
I beat
championship
Michigan
game.
once, and guess what? In a national championship game.
Hey,
You guys beat.
we got something in
what?
common
We got,
then.
We
Let's
got
go.
5 people in this room that beat Michigan for a national championship.
There we
right
go.
now. So yeah, we beat them in 1984 in the national championship game in the Holiday Bowl to claim
We're
the
not
national
going to ask you
championship.
if you were alive in 19.
No, we know you were alive. We know you weren't alive because I don't have any
move on.
kids alive. My kids are older than you. But that's pretty cool to beat Michigan in that. And so these are big time programs you're competing with.
Yeah.
You come out of that into 2 different divisions with a first place national championship and a 4th place, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And,
Thank you.
And people, and when it comes to cheer, people always think you go to a cheer competition, you win first place, but that's just frankly not the case because there's
In-
lots of teams that don't
college.
win.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in college.
I think if anybody could ask the 4 of you a question tonight, and we get to because you're here, number 1 on the list has to be, what is it like? What's up with Cosmo? The guy does anything. There's fire. It's like, where do those ideas come from? And
is he out of his mind?
As you work with
Good question.
with this Cosmo character, what's that like?
Well,
Yeah.
he's amazing.
Unpredictable.
Yeah, very unpredictable. We are so lucky to get to work closely with him and to get to know him a little bit better. But the main thing we know is he just lives up on Y Mountain and comes down every once in a while
With
for the
some dance
games.
moves.
There you go. Yeah.
Wow.
So when there's a plan of like, okay, Cosmo's going to come down in a ring of fire and do this, and this, and we see it during the, say, 3rd quarter timeout. So during the week, how much practice is everybody doing so that 1, Cosmo lives, and 2, doesn't take out anybody along the way? And then it's one-upping every game. It's like, what's he going to do today? So how much work are we talking about before game day gets here for your group?
So Cosmo, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, he doesn't practice a lot.
He's just as gifted.
He's
gifted.
Yeah.
No, he is.
I mean, he's a cat. He's always going to land on his feet.
9
Exactly.
lives. I don't know which one he's on right now, but got 9 lives and always lands on his feet.
Yes.
And we're like she said, we get to be around Cosmo, and that's like one of the most incredible athletes you'll ever meet for all the things he can do, and he just blows everyone's mind all the time.
Yes.
And they're always having new stunts to do.
How about for you guys though? There's you don't just show up and go. There's practice involved.
yeah, this is
So how much time do you guys spend in prep? Because everybody sees you're very visible in these big events, but there's a lot more than that involved in what you're doing. How many hours a week do you think during the school year?
Hours a week?
It varies week to week, honestly, depending on the events and things we have. But we show up every day, 6:30, and we practice until 9, sometimes 9:30, 10, depending on the
then we
day.
have weights after that.
And we have weightlifting, and everybody shows up every time. Cosmo, the dancer, the team, like every single piece has to be there every single time, otherwise we can't run their
The
routines.
drummers.
The drummers, yeah, the drummers were
everybody's
so
there.
awesome.
So you're talking about 3.5 to 4 hours plus your workout
Yeah.
every day during the week, and then the events. Not on days when you have an event, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We do get Thursdays and Sundays off. So luckily.
But now,
Yeah.
so why in the world do you do this, and how do you do it? Because you're also expected to take a full load, and go to school, and go visit Primary Children's Hospital, and go meet people coming back from the airport, and do all of these things.
And most of us have jobs too.
Yeah, and because you're on partial, and you're on partial scholarships.
Yeah.
Why in the world and how?
Well, first of all, we're very flattered. You're making us seem so awesome. So thank you for everything
That's
that you're
what we
saying.
do. That is what we do.
Well, we're feeling very good about ourselves. But for me, at least, and I'm sure most of them, well, especially Kylie. I don't know about the boys, honestly, because they're usually the boys are a little newer to cheer. But this has definitely been a dream of ours since we were as
Little girls.
Yeah, since
Yeah.
we were little girls. And actually, we tumbled together when we were 10 years old. And this really has just always been the goal. Being a BYU cheerleader really is just such a dream. And like I said, it's not just about the sports. It's not just about the scholarship or getting to go cool places. It really is about the team. Our team becomes a family, and the experiences that we get to have with each other are worth all of those hours, and honestly more. I would
That's
do it
awesome.
all again.
Yeah.
That's awesome. National champion BYU cheer squads on the Wise Guys, live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and wiseguys.com all around the world tonight. We're going to get some really good questions here. But before we do, let me ask you this. Tryouts for new team members are Thursday, right? So
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Where can folks get information on that?
Just
BYU Instagram.
Yeah.
BYU Cheer and Stunt Instagram.
Or
They're
website.
verified. We just got verified.
And so you have a check.
You got the check now.
So it's a squad of 40 when you talk about both squads, right? And how many people are going to try out for this thing?
It's usually over 100, but it just depends on the year.
So
I think this year is going to be quite a lot.
Yeah.
And by the way, Jocelyn knows this. Like, if I don't mention that the Cougarettes are national champs too,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
then my wife, who was the captain of Cougarettes, and my daughter, who was a Cougarette, and Stacy Johnson, it's not Johnson anymore, but but Stacy, who's the coach of Cougarettes. I would be in big trouble.
Yeah, totally.
Because we counted four.
Right, but they didn't do the national champs this
They
year.
didn't compete
Not this year.
These are the four
But
new
they were
national
rated.
champs.
There you go.
The last time they competed, they were
always
national
good.
champs.
Yes.
they're
phenomenal.
Yeah.
They're incredible.
If I don't mention Cougs, I'm going to be in big
Yes.
trouble.
No, I'm glad you do.
I had to mention Cougs.
Every single year we
Sorry,
compete,
Stacey.
we always go and watch them compete while we're in Daytona, and like some of them will come watch us sometimes, and it's so fun.
Yeah, you guys have a great camaraderie because that game day experience is. We used to have a plaque in our house, and it said, "If a sport doesn't have cheerleaders, it's just a game."
Oh,
It's not an event.
I might write that down.
Until
That's a
the
good
cheerleaders
quote.
show up. If you're playing a sport and there's no cheerleaders, it's just a game.
Yeah.
If the cheer squad shows up in the Cougs, it's an event.
So true.
And then it's an experience.
Let's get serious here for a minute. 5 questions for the national champs are presented by Strategy Square. Learn how it can help your business grow with Chantal, a BYU alum at strategysquare.co. We're going to ask you each 5 questions.
Yeah, and we'll just go. What we'll do is we'll start with Ammon, we'll go Ammon, Kylie, and then Andrew, and then we'll go in reverse order on the next question.
Okay.
Perfect.
Although that means that these guys are kind of in the middle every time. That's okay though. It'll work.
What's a little fire drill in the middle?
It'll be fine.
All of us will be judging you on your answers.
Okay, well, we've got this. We're getting being judged.
No, these are easy. This just helps people get to know your personality.
Oh, okay, personality. I can do that.
Don't think too deeply into this. It's like, Carlos is coming on later. He's already answered these questions before.
Okay.
And when he left,
We're next to a veteran over
wow,
here.
talk about a crazy guy. No, we didn't.
So be careful because you are judging, like you said.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna start with this one. Favorite sports movie?
Space Jam.
Space Jam.
Oh,
Space Jam.
The original.
The original
Kylie?
Space Jam with MJ and that. Kylie?
Yeah.
Remember the Titans?
Titans. That's a good one.
That's our most popular one, by the way.
I like
Kylie.
that one.
So remember the Titans. Kylie?
I like Rudy.
Rudy, classic.
Good.
I still cry every time I see Rudy.
I actually just
That
watched
music when he's out by the Blake and he's just not making it, and then when he finally runs out of that tunnel, and the equipment manager like claps, I'm just like, I'm gonna break down. I don't care.
Yeah.
I just watched the movie Greater.
I haven't seen it.
It's actually a really good one. It's on Netflix right now, and it's about, I can't remember his name, but he's known as like one of the best college walk-ons ever.
Greater.
To Arkansas, yeah.
Is that your favorite now?
It was really good, yeah.
Okay, great.
It inspired me a ton.
Okay, did everybody see that? We're gonna ask you a question later, and then we're gonna mark down because everybody is always interested in the favorite movies that they can watch, and then we're gonna ask a question later that everybody's always really interested in.
That, we hadn't heard Greater.
No, Greater's a good one. Check that one out.
Okay,
Boys in
number
the
2.
Boat.
This is the question.
Boys in the Boat is good.
Boys in the Boat's good.
Oh, Boys in the Boat is good. Yeah. That's a good one.
Like when
And
I
a
think
good
of like a
book.
funny one,
So
Space
many
Jam.
good sports
When I
movies,
think
right?
of like a really powerful with a great meaning and motivation,
Yes.
Boys in the Boat.
Boys in the Boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Or-
but you already committed with Space Jam.
Ever since I was a youngin', Space Jam.
We're sticking with Space Jam.
What's the one where the dog kicks field goals? Air Bud. or
Air
something?
Bud.
I don't
Hey,
watch
that's
dog movies.
Space Jam's right
That
there
is
with that one.
inspirational. Don't tell me it's not.
I don't watch dog or horse movies. Like Secretary.
We're gonna start down here at the end of this
Yeah.
time. So, and this is the other one everybody's always interested in. So if you come up with a unique one, then we all look it up. So, favorite singer or band?
Favorite singer or band? Right now, there's a band called the 502s.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah.
502s.
They just have a really great message. They're kind of like upbeat music, and I like it.
502s. Everybody look up 502s tonight. So, Kylie?
Mine's not unique, but I love Luke Combs. He's my fave.
You're a country girl. Yeah, it's Luke Combs. Yeah, he's great. So, Kylie?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor. And somebody had that the other day, and they looked at us like, and we're like, why were you embarrassed about that? Because she's crazy talented.
Yeah, she is.
She is
And one of the great songwriters of all time. Yeah, so we're completely good with Taylor
She's
Swift.
so popular.
I really like an R&B artist. His name's Jay Warren. He's actually out here in Utah.
Jay Warren?
Jay Warren. He makes music with James the Mormon as well.
Oh, yeah.
Who's also one of my favorite little
Okay, so you look up,
artists.
we know Luke Combs, we know like Taylor Swift. The 502s and Jay Warren. Look them up, you guys, and see what you like here.
There you go.
So you have to tell me if I'm completely lame. So my kids are going, my wife's out of town, and they're going to Post Malone tomorrow night.
Oh,
at
yes.
gosh, that's
and they said,
awesome.
we'll get you a ticket,
That's
Dad.
sick.
We'll get you a ticket. I said, I'm in. And then I found out that I have an Uber picking me up at 6:10 on Wednesday morning to take me to the airport. I said, guys, I just can't hang until 1:30 in the morning. And then, so I bailed. Am I completely lame?
Yes.
Because the kid said, Dad.
Is this country Post Malone?
Yeah, he's doing both. He's
You
doing
got
both.
to. You got to.
He's doing both.
He's doing both.
My kids basically said, Dad, you're one pathetic loser right now.
He's not gonna
Honestly,
make
I can't judge. My dad, he took my siblings to a concert, but he just went to drive them. But he read his own book in the back corner. He just had a
Oh, no, if
flashlight.
I go,
he
I'm
read
going.
a book, and he didn't want to go to the.
I love
Oh my
Post
gosh,
Malone.
funny.
I
No,
would
I'm
love
dead
to.
serious.
Ooh, I love
Yeah, no,
it.
he
So
was.
I backed out.
He was there to drive them, but he was just
All right,
there
is
for
the
the
ticket
Up for grabs?
No. I told him not to buy it. He was online saying, Dad, I'm buying these right now. Are you in? I was like, no.
Gotcha.
All right, here's number 3. Here we go.
Favorite breakfast cereal?
Oh, easy.
Life cereal.
Not
Cinnamon.
even cinnamon life. That's good.
Cinnamon is
Cinnamon
mine. So, Kylie?
Reese's Puffs.
Oh, beautiful. We've had that one before. Kylie?
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's another good
You guys are welcome
No
back on this show.
Yeah, these are all great choices.
Those were all good
Okay.
answers.
Favorite thing about this team that you're on?
About this team?
Yeah.
Besides that we're national champs, which was pretty cool. I would probably just say like the community behind it. Like the guys, like the people on the team really just become your best friends. And they just support you when like times are hard, like they help you out with school and just the support behind like each individual person.
There you go. Kylie?
Mine's a little similar, but I would just say everyone is service oriented. And so I just love that I always have people backing me up, including my coach and just everyone. So
Very cool. Service oriented, yeah.
I love how much fun we have. Like
Yeah.
we get on the bus and it's just like laughter the whole entire way wherever we're going.
Yeah.
Like every single day,
Yeah.
you know, Jocelyn's like, guys, listen, like we have so much stuff to do. We
Yeah,
all just want to sit
so
and talk
true.
and laugh.
That
and
is true.
It's just so fun to go and it's like we're all best friends. It's
Yeah.
so fun.
Cool.
There you go.
This is one of, and I've been told by our coach, this is one of the most talented teams that has come through BYU's cheer and stunt.
Yeah.
And with that comes a lot of hard work. And we've made a great culture on the cheer team of work ethic and looking up, building up, supporting one another. And so that is probably one of my favorite because I come from a background of really intense sports. And so being able to get on a team that is also driven by the motivation of not just competing, but developing and getting better at skills. And like, as I said, bonding as a team is probably one of my favorite things about this team.
cool.
Awesome.
Okay, and this is our last one, but we're going to start in the middle.
Hey.
Which Kylie goes first?
I will.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, your favorite BYU moment.
Ooh.
Then we're going Kylie, Andrew.
All right.
My favorite moment was probably my first year on the team when I made the BYU cheer team.
Yeah.
That was like one of the most special things to me, and it means the world that I can even be at BYU and, you know, come to the school, and like this has just been a dream for me and I've worked for it for so long, so that means the world to me. And, you know, being with Jocelyn and being with my teammates, like this is an experience that I would not trade for the world, and I wish everybody could have it.
Awesome.
Okay, Kylie.
I would say probably when we won the Alamo Bowl this year. We got to be there for that, and just the entire experience around the whole thing, like just being there and being able to do all of like the pep rallies leading up to it and being able to be on the river and just like all of that. It was seriously amazing. And just besides like that incredible experience that we got to be a part of, it was one of my favorite trips I was able to go on just with all of my best friends and teammates.
And you
so.
were ahead the whole game.
Yeah.
It was never
It was just like,
There it is.
it was just fun.
Yeah.
We just
That's
kept
fun.
laughing. Like we literally just would look at each other and be like, we would just laugh. We're like, okay, there's another. Okay, there's another touchdown.
Yeah.
Okay, there's
what we were
another
doing
Wave those flags
touchdown.
so
We're going,
much.
what's going on right now?
No,
This is a
literally,
beatdown.
it was
Yeah.
crazy. So
And Colorado was like, do we ever get to play our fight song?
no, totally.
Because we were saying, what is going on? And then Shador was going, I don't know what's going on. What's
Yeah,
going on? So,
it's so true.
yeah.
bad.
So, Andrew, how about you? Favorite moment?
Honestly, there's been a lot of good moments here at BYU. Like I've had a lot of good experiences. One of my personal favorites just being on the team was my very first year on the team when we played Baylor, and it was just the triple overtime. Like the crowd was just so
true.
loud. They made wasn't it like the crowd was so loud like they caused 3 offsides in overtime or something like
Yeah,
that. I
that's
can't
great.
remember the numbers, but
Great.
that was just an amazing experience to be a part of.
That's true.
So fun.
Yeah.
All right.
So, are we talking sports or just like in general?
Any moment. It can be anyone. We'll let you go wherever you want with this one.
Okay, so I have to say that some of my favorite moments, it's all like collectively one thing, is the fact that at BYU we get to pray before events, but also the fact that we have religion as part of our curriculum, like learning gospel principles. And that makes it so that maybe I didn't study my scriptures that day, or maybe I haven't been good at it, but now I have to look more into the gospel because of homework assignments. And I'm in class learning with the Holy Ghost there, and people are sharing experiences. And that just makes it so that I have an opportunity to stay closer to our Heavenly Father, to be reminded that we need to like repent. I need to make sure I'm on the straight and narrow. I'm keeping the commandments. I'm being a good person, being a good disciple of Jesus Christ. And that's just probably one of my biggest takeaways from why BYU is such a great university and a great school, because it aligns with what means the most to me, and that is our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and helps me know that there's more to life than just school or just sports.
Right.
And yeah, that's definitely like
That's
one
awesome.
of my favorite things.
Yeah, that's well said, Alan.
Hey, we
well said.
salute you and your whole team. And on August 30th, where are you going to be in the stadium when the team comes out? Are you right down there in front of the rock?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Or are you somewhere else?
No, we dap up all the
Where
boys
everyone
as they
is.
come through.
Nice.
And that's the cool thing. We get to meet a lot of the football players, see them around. So there's a cool like personal connection as they come through, and we're homies with them.
That's awesome.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so
And, and good luck defending the national championship.
Appreciate it.
We have,
Right.
we have an
Title
incredible season next season with these
Yes, we
teams
do.
just loaded in all sports.
Yeah.
And then you can go defend that championship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're
Thank you
going
very
for
much.
we're going for 2 this next year,
It's a
both
repeat.
divisions.
Yeah.
Repeat.
Both
Oh, it's a
divisions.
repeat and a new peat for the
Exactly.
So both divisions. So
Okay. Thanks for coming
Thank you
over.
guys
Thank
so
you
much.
very much
Go
for having
Cougs.
us.
So
Have a
good
great
to have you
summer.
on.
Yeah,
Go
sorry for
Cougs.
stealing your spot over here.
We'll see
So
you in a
no,
few
it's
months.
all good.
He'll
And
be
this is so
back.
good.
Don't
Like we
worry
just
about it.
bring in, and then we say, "Okay, guys, have fun," and you guys can
Yeah.
So, Ammon, Kylie, and Andrew, thank you
Yes.
so
Thank
much.
you
Thank you
so
very
much.
much.
We are
Appreciate you
so
guys.
grateful that we got to be here. Thank you.
Glad to have you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good one.
Go
Next time, we'll
Cougs.
see you next time when we're on here.